Hello, it's Kit Olowitz with yet again another video segment from the Leadership Journey. Today I'd like to talk about the instructions and give you some ideas that you might consider using for your learning buddy in conjunction with the May 2020 Summit, which goes from now until October 2020. Please note that you have been assigned a leadership learning buddy, and you might be asking, well, who is my leadership learning buddy? If you haven't figured this out already, you can go to the Anderson Hauser SharePoint May Summit site and click on the document that says, who is your learning buddy, May 2020. The learning buddy idea is not new for any of us on the leadership journey and the summits. We'd like to invite you to consider, to the degree that you engage your learning buddy is to the degree that you statistically move quicker along the leadership wiseness pendulum. Now, a lot can be leveraged in terms of having an accountability partner along the leadership journey, and specifically for this period where we're doing a self-paced journey that begins May 2020 and will go through October 2020. You have been assigned, in fact, this dedicated person to help kick around ideas with. How cool, right? Now, you don't, with that said, you don't have to go out and try to find somebody else to talk about leadership because you've already got someone dedicated. You don't have to find a friend or a family member or even try to pin down your boss on leadership journey topics. You have a buddy. Consider that with a learning buddy, you also fend off being lame with a higher degree of probability. Consider that with a learning buddy, you can more readily fend off a less than 100% effort on your assignments. Consider that with a buddy, you can get more of a reality check. Consider that with a buddy, you are more likely to not wait till the last minute to complete your assignments. Our recommendation for who and how you use your learning buddy are the following. Meet as often as you would like and jointly complete the 2020 Learning Buddy meeting document assignments. This may fluctuate based on your connection and your relationship with your buddy. Some of you may need to meet often, others may need to meet real often. This document that talks about the Learning Buddy assignments, it can be found and printed off from the E&H SharePoint May Summit self-paced site. You will find the URL from the site on your May Summit assignments, or you can just ping me if you forget. The May 2020 Summit Learning Buddy meetings form, it contains some 25 assignments that you'll be responsible for that are, the form's ideal for the weekly completion and the discussion with your buddy about the particular topics, the videos, the papers, and such. Consider that there is value in just completing the 25 assignments, but consider that there is even higher value in discussing the 25 assignments with someone. I'm hoping that the reasons for this are fairly obvious, and if they are not, consider that in order to see things differently, we must begin thinking differently. The videos and papers for the May Summit are a start to the think differently possibility process. Kicking it around with another person is an even wiser way to begin to think and see differently. The Summit Committee would invite you to consider that you may need to meet as often as weekly over the next 4.5 months with your learning buddy to really get leverage and movement on the assignments on your own journey. Now, for those of you who might already be freaked out, let me try to unfreak you just a little bit. The majority of the Leadership Journey May 2020 Summit assignments are videos that you watch on YouTube. A large majority of those videos are 3 minutes or less. However, don't let the shortness of these videos deceive you. Each of your fellow Journey member colleagues that took the time to create a video on the various topics have put their best thinking to the topic that they were assigned and condense it down to the absolute highest level jewels of wisdom in a 2 to 3 minute YouTube Power Punch gem video. So don't be lame and not watch them, and in fact consume and think and process these video nuggets and turn them into diamonds. The meeting arrangement and frequency possibilities between you and your learning buddy are endless. The two of you could decide how, when, who, if, by, and frequency in uncorking your next level of growth, as well as to the degree of the wisdom tap that you're interested in. The two of you may decide that you just want to meet as a duo and occasionally find another duo or trio duo to perhaps meet with and kick around the particular assignments. Maybe even a duo, maybe in your particular duo, you may even consider seeking out any of the various authors of the video. How cool, right? And invite them to your duo meetings to discuss further the topic at hand. Maybe as a duo, if the topic strikes you as particularly brilliant, you and your learning buddy maybe even have an epiphany, or maybe even two epiphanies, and want to make your own video on the wisdom gained and thought about process that you went through. Ping me, I'll come and film you, and we'll add it to the Leadership Journey video library. Maybe the two of you decide to go deep and examine in more depth your individual, collective, tacit underlying assumptions on any of the given leadership journey topics. Write a paper, make a video, share on Salesforce.com, our chatter group, are all opportunities for you. Here's what I think I know. To eventually get out of the incubation period and onto the stage of institutionalization, we simply must be speaking with each other more often about topics that go deeper and wider than just the technical and process-oriented parts of our business. We must make formal talking about things like our collective obligations to institutionalize principles along or across our enterprise, how we create a higher level of psychological safety for more of our employees and teams, how to bring 100% preeminent customer experience to each of us every day, no exceptions. How do we bump past the human nature to not give feedback, to hold back, to not speak up, and to not show enough courage, as well as not be okay with high levels or low levels of tolerance. Tolerance, in fact, we must find ways within our culture to reduce our tolerance factor, show and exhibit and be and behave with lower levels of tolerance to principle violation and ineffective actions and behaviors. We start, I start, we must all start, you start. Be that person. I must be that person. We must be those people. You be the model. I will be the model. We must be the model. I'd invite you to become good buddies with your learning buddy over this period. Use the principles we've learned on the journey so far to really create a partnership with this person you have been buddied with over the next 4.5 months, and take your learning, your development, your growth, your development to a higher level. Fend off being lame and only giving a half-hearted effort for the next 4.5 months. You can't afford that. We can't afford that. Be part of the solutions we seek, not part of the problems we have as we work to live principles to prevent. I'm Kit Allowitz. We'll see you next time.